Oh, I've never been to one of these before. I didn't know there was going to be judging, or I would have lost 50 pounds. Thank you. I was a middle school teacher for 23 years, and I loved it. I truly did. I mean, being in a classroom with teenagers, that's where I belonged. I would have been very happy to teach till I couldn't teach any longer, till they'd kick me out, But Alzheimer's runs in my family, and my grandma had full-blown Alzheimer's and died at 91, and then her daughter, my mom, she died at 83. She didn't know who I was, and then my dad had it. And well, I was 50 years old, and I was scared. I thought maybe I was probably going to be next, and maybe I'd better do everything I ever wanted to do in life while I still have a brain to do it with. Well, I'd always wanted to try my hand at stand-up comedy, and I'd never been to a live comedy show. I'd never even been to an open mic, because you see, open mics are held in bars, and back then, they're all smoky bars. I didn't go to bars. I was a teacher. I didn't belong in a bar. But one Thursday night, there I was, sitting in this smoky dive tavern, watching all these young guys in their 20s go up one by one, because that's what the open mics were, young guys in their 20s. And as I watched them go up one by one, I thought, I think I can do this. I know the F word. I'm going to go sign up. Well, that was 17 years ago. And these last 17 years have been an amazing adventure. It wasn't long before I was getting work, because I went to every open mic I could find anywhere. It didn't matter how far I'd have to drive, I would go, and I'd teach school the next day. And pretty soon I started getting work. And 5 years in, a dream came true. Every comedian's dream, I think. I got invited to perform for our troops in Iraq. Ha! I mean, who's going to say no to that? I mean, I'm going to be like Bob Hope, I landed in Iraq. It was 135 degrees. 135. I felt so sorry for the men and women in uniform, and the comedian who went with me. Oh my God, both of his pits, just drenched. It's the first time a man ever asked me if he could borrow a couple of stay-free mini pads. I didn't have any. But I appreciated the compliment. So there we are, we're going to perform for the troops. And that's when I actually stopped and thought, wait a second. You're here performing for the troops. You're nobody. Nobody knows you. You're not some famous comedian. And you're not a beauty queen. You're not Miss America. And you're not a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. What the hell are you doing here, Sharon? You don't belong here. And to make matters worse, after every show, we were supposed to sit down at this table and sign autographs. Who's going to want my autograph? They don't know me. So what I decided to do is, while I was on stage, I told the troops, I told the men and women of our armed forces that after the show, if they wanted, they could come and I'd give them a hug. Well, much to my surprise, after every single show on every single base, practically every person in that audience came and got a hug. And I realized I didn't have to be a beauty queen. That hug, I was their mom. I was their sister. I was their aunt. I was their wife. I might have been their grandma. But I realized I belonged.